Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new California Lottery $5 Ms. Pac-Man ticket. This was part of the March 2024 series of tickets that came out in California last week. And this one is a number match game, and there are a few symbols you can find. There's a star symbol for an auto win, and then a couple multipliers, 2x, 5x, 10x. And then up here at the top, you have a bonus section where if you can find three like symbols, you win the prize there. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the California Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 3.76, and cash odds are 1 in 5.24, and it looks like you can win anywhere from $5 up to $250,000. Looking at the prize structure, nothing too crazy stands out here, so we'll talk about taxes. In California, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view that tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view these top two prizes. So instead of what you see on the screen there, I'm going to view these top two prizes as $7,600 and then $190,000 for the top prize. So with those adjusted prize amounts, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 69 and 70%, and this does not meet the minimum 70% payout that we look for all tickets. There's never ever a reason for a state to put out a ticket at less than 70% payout. So for California to put out a $5 ticket at less than 70% payout, it just, to me, it shows that they don't value their customers very much. I know that California would say, well, we've got the second chance drawing, but the second chance drawings never add much value to a ticket. I doubt it would even bring it over 70%. It might bring it up to 69, 75 or something small like that, but second chance drawings are not worth much. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play this ticket just based on the payout alone. It's just too low. The other thing that we do need to mention about this payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to be seeing 69% payout on this game. So what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $100 prize level. So I don't recommend playing this, but if you are playing it, when you do win on it, you're going to expect to see a prize. If you're just an average luck type player, you're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $100. And there at the $100 prize level, there is a split. It's about 9 to 91. So very few of these $100 prizes, only 9%, fall here with the rest of the bottom 99% of prizes. This is where the average person is going to win. The large majority, 91% of these $100 prizes are going to join these other prizes as the top 1% prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds. Move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that it's about 1 in every 376 tickets that would have one of these top 1% prizes on it. That means you're in over $1,500, well over $1,500 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's really important information to note if you are considering playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning here in the top 1%, we're going to take the value of all of these prizes, subtract that from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 56 and 57%. This is a really low number. It's way off of the 60% minimum that we look for the bottom 99% payout on all tickets. Once you're down here in this 50% range, unless you're winning the top, the mid-tier and upper prizes, you're losing your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun to play. And so, I typically stay away from tickets with bottom 99% payouts this low. This is just a really brutal ticket for the average player. So 99% of people this ticket's gonna hurt 99% of the people who play it. So yeah, that's reason number 2. I probably wouldn't play this. Now here on this page, we are keeping track of increases and decreases in California $5 tickets. The Ms. Pac-Man ticket did show an increase in value from the previous ticket, the Blast of Cash, but still, value's way too low. I mean, even the top $5 tickets in California, the payout's too low. I mean, 71% is too low for the payout's just too low for a $5 ticket. Now, we do like to see these increases in value, so hopefully California will continue to do that. They have a little bit of work to do to get up to where $5 ticket value should be. Now, I don't recommend playing $5 tickets in Texas, but I mean, in California, but I don't recommend playing in Texas either, actually. But I don't recommend playing $5 tickets in most states, actually. But I don't recommend playing California $5 tickets. But if you are playing them for some reason, up here in green, you have the best ticket in every category. So if you're playing for overall value, the $500 loaded ticket has the best value overall. If you are playing for odds, the Lotteria Extra ticket has the best odds. If you're a more conservative player and you like to hang on to as much of your money as possible, Deuces Wild Poker has the most value there at the bottom of the prize structure. However, 58% is still pretty rough. And then if you're more of a high roller and you like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, the $500 loaded ticket would be have the most money at the top. However, that's not really a jackpot ticket, so the high roller might look at like 5 spots, something like that. And then over here on the right, we are keeping track of top prizes. These numbers may have changed since I made this this presentation. I made it about a week ago, so these numbers might have changed. Now here on this page, we are ranking California $5 tickets based on overall payout. You can see Miss Pac-Man pretty much here in the middle of the list. So, if you are playing $5 tickets in California, you've got plenty of better options that you can play. I just think that there's really no reason to play Miss Pac-Man. It's not a compelling reason unless you're just a huge Pac-Man fan. Now here on this page, we are ranking based on that bottom 99% payout. So again, Ms. Pac-Man was here in 6th place. And you can see, I mean, California $5 tickets is just a brutal category of tickets for the average player. I mean, the average player, 99% of people who play this game are just being taken for a ride on all of these tickets. It's just, I don't know why people would continue to play tickets with payouts this low. Now here on this page, we get to compare $5 tickets across states. So we're looking at 6 states on this channel comparing. And let's see, 6971 wasn't quite good enough to make this top 35 list. There are a few California tickets on this list though. So, California relatively competitive with, New York, Texas, and Florida. But once you start getting into Georgia tickets and Massachusetts tickets, California's not really competitive with what those 2 states are doing, and especially Massachusetts. I really always like to point out Massachusetts because this is the only state that really regularly puts out $5 tickets at acceptable $5 ticket values, 75, 76%. So good for Massachusetts for doing that. But what we really want to do is look up here at the top. Georgia put out a $5 ticket, had 77% payout. That's really good for a $5 scratch ticket. And we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $5 scratch ticket at 77% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why would California put out a $5 scratch ticket at 69% value? That is more than 8 percentage points different than what Georgia did with this ticket. And that's a massive amount of money when you consider how much money goes into making just one of these scratch games. So one scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the entire game. Multiply that by the $5 price tag, that's $50 million just for one scratch game. And 8% of 50 million is $4 million that the Georgia Lottery decided it would be okay to put into the hands of its players on this game, that the California Lottery is basically stealing from its players. And I never like to see states take advantage of their players, but that's what California is doing with this Miss Pac-Man ticket. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets based on the bottom 99% payout for the $5 ticket category. 56.97 was pretty far off from making this list, and you can see, California, not just California, $5 tickets in general are not that great for, the bottom 99% value. So I really hate the $5 ticket category. I know why people buy these. It's just a convenient price point. But man, states know that people tend to buy the $5 tickets, and they really take advantage. I mean, you don't hardly ever get good values in this $5 ticket category. Now here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on this Miss Pac-Man ticket. You got to the best $2 ticket that we've seen come out had 75% payout. That's so much more of that. This over 5 percentage points value higher than the Miss Pac-Man ticket, the more expensive Miss Pac-Man ticket. The best $3 ticket we've seen had 71% value. Again, that's like, close to 2 percentage points more. And the reason I show this is because it's backwards. You should never have a more expensive ticket that has less payout than these cheaper tickets. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I think it's something that the California Lottery needs to look at. If I were in California putting out this $5 ticket and it had less value than cheaper tickets from other states, I would be embarrassed. I would be ashamed. And I think that's the way California Lottery should feel about this ticket. Now, here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel for overall payout. Let's see, we do have some $5 tickets on this list, or at least one. I think we just have one. So it is difficult for a $5 ticket to make this list, but it is possible. We just need California to step up its game quite a bit, actually. And then here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets based on that bottom 99% payout. So these are the friendliest tickets to the average player, the 99% who aren't winning those big prizes. And again, there are a couple $5 tickets here. As a matter of fact, we've got a $5 ticket at the top of this list. So it is very possible for a $5 ticket to compete with these more expensive tickets. But that's about it for this California Lottery $5 Ms. Pac-Man review. Unfortunately, it's not one that I would recommend. I definitely would not play this. I wouldn't spend my own money for this, which means I can't recommend it for others. California, the payout's just too low. California's got some work to do to be competitive with what at least Georgia and Massachusetts are doing. And until they do that, what I would do personally is I would find probably a Massachusetts scratcher that I like and trust online, and I would just go in on $5 tickets with the Massachusetts scratchers because you want to get the best value that you can for your money. So that's what I would recommend. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.